and welcome to Let's Talk. Today I want to talk about my natural hair journey. And I want to start off by saying there's nothing natural about it. Nothing. As many of you, as little girl, I had a perm put in my hair when I was a very little girl. I believe they started putting relaxers in my hair when I was about 6 years old. So if you can imagine getting relaxers since I was 6 years old, every 3 months or so, and then of course as I got older, it was like about every 6 weeks, my hair just said I quit. And I started losing my hair, started shedding, which became a little traumatic for me. I really had a hard time with my hair shedding. And even now I still get a little emotional when I have to talk about my hair because I have some bald spots, and I feel like, you ever see in those old, back in the 70s, those movies or shows where you see where the man does kind of like a comb over to cover his bald spot? Well, that's how I feel. I feel like every time I comb my hair, I have to look, put a mirror behind me and say, okay, make sure I do a comb over and make sure that that spot is covered. I even went to the doctor. And the doctor told me, I had a form of alopecia, which some of you may have heard of and some of you may be suffering from. And he says, years of those chemicals in your hair, after a while, in my age, those things tend to happen. So anyway, I started my natural hair journey. I tried it before once, and I lasted about maybe a year and a half. And then, of course, I went back to the creamy crack, the relaxer, and my hair continued to fall out. It started to shed. My hair is thin anyway. So when you have thin hair and your hair starts to shed, it's a big deal. So I decided to try again. So during COVID, while we were in lockdown, I said, okay, this is a good time to try it. So I started again this natural hair journey, and I've been at it for about a year and a half. But I can't say that I'm quite there. I don't feel like I have mastered this thing. I haven't mastered it. There's some products that I use, and I've gone on the internet trying to find out, okay, what type of hair I have. I'm still not sure if I'm 4C, 4A, 3B, whatever it is. I'm not really sure. So I'm still always trying to figure it out. I did find out what kind of porosity I have. I never even heard the word porosity. Didn't know what porosity meant. So I had to look that up, and I found out that I have high porosity. And I did that, everybody's seen that little strand test in the water. I did that. And I found out I have high porosity, which means that my hair does take in the product, but it just like soaks it up like a sponge, and then my hair looks dry. And I always feel like my hair is constantly dry, and I tried to use a lot of heavy creams, heavy oils, trying to make it moisturized, but instead it just kind of got weighed down. So currently I want to share with you a few products that I have, and I am not, let me put this out there, disclaimer, I am not endorsing any of these products because I'm still kind of in that test mode. So this is new products that I started. So I try them for a while. If I notice it's not really working for my hair, I tend to switch up. So one of the products that I saw that's really good for high porosity hair, and I use this as my moisturizer after I wash my hair, and I air dry now. I used to constantly, blow dry my hair. I stopped blow drying. I kind of put away my flat iron, which I love and miss so much. But I put it away. I haven't used it in my hair for several months. And so I found this product here called Hairdo. And it's supposed to be a good moisturizer for people who have high porosity hair. So I recently started using this. Still, the verdict's still out on this because I've only used it under a month. So I like it so far. Not really sure if I'm quite there because I still feel like every once in a while my hair still feels really dry. Another thing that I hear is really good, and I do use this a lot, is coconut oil. So I use coconut oil in my hair as my oil, and in addition to this other oil here, which I really like, it's called mint almond oil, and I'm in love with the smell. Yeah, it smells terrific. I use it on my hands. I use it with my lotions. I actually love this, and I even got my husband using it. This is a wonderful oil. I love that oil. As far as the creams, because there is a method that I learned about on the internet, YouTube, called the lock method. So the lock stands for leave-in, oil, and cream. So that would be leave-in, oil, cream. So this would be my cream. So this cream, this is actually called, this is by Shea Moisture, and it's actually a curl pudding. I had a different one that I was using by Shea Moisture, but I thought it was just a little too thick for my hair because again, I have very thin hair and it was weighing it down. So I switched to this one. This one's a little lighter. So I tend to like this one for my curl. When I put it in, it actually makes my hair, it feels, I can start kind of seeing my curl pattern appear. So my process, what I usually do is I'll wash my hair, and after I wash my hair, you know, I'll let it air dry. I start putting in my products right away, like I said, the lock method, and then I twist braid it. I do some little twists, and one of the things I like to use when I twist my hair, and this one I would recommend because I actually tried this styling gel, and I actually like it. I actually did try the one that everybody on the internet says to use, which is the Eco gel. Eco did not work for me. But this one I had used before, and I really like it because it's light, it doesn't flake, and I just love the hold that it gives my curls. So this is really good. And because I did not do the big chop, I was so scared to do it. I didn't do it. I've been doing little itty bitty chops. I have to curl my ends because they're still very straight. Some of them are still very straight, especially towards the front of my hair. I actually use rods, and after I do my twist braids, I'll put a little rod at the very bottom, and then the next day I'll remove the rods and just do a what they call a twist out. So I'll go ahead and untwist my twist, and sometimes they look banging. I mean, like, yes, I got it, and I feel so confident, and I'm like, yes, maybe I have the right products. But then there are those days, let me tell you, it's usually day two. Day two, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So if you know, please put it in the comment section. I have no idea what it is about day two, but when I try to twist again, the next day, they just do not look the same. They do not look the same. So because of that, I turn to my next thing, which are called, these have become some wonderful things in my life. They're called clip-ins. See these little clips? They clip right onto your hair. Love it. And I tried to find something that kind of mimics my hair. Like I said, I still don't know if I'm where I fall in those numbers, 3A, 3B, 4A, 4C, whatever. But I love these. These have a deep wave. And what I do is I actually put, after I spritz them with water, I actually use some of these same products that I do on my hair. I use it to kind of mimic my hair. And what I'll do is I'll put these clip-ins. Sometimes I'll wear a headband with it. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just kind of twist my hair back and just kind of let it flow. But I really love it. And especially when I have days like my day two of twist out that does not work out. Clip-ins. Clip-ins are a lifesaver. Get some clip-ins. And they have straight clip-ins. They have these deep wave. I actually have straight clip-ins for the very few times that I actually do straighten my hair. I'll wear the straight clip-ins, but I really like these because they look just a little more natural. I actually got these from AliExpress. I don't know if I would recommend them because I did have a little back and forth with them, but you can probably find them some on Amazon or whatever and try to mimic your hair. It's wonderful. I love it. So I love clip-ins. So clip-ins have been a lifesaver. Third thing that I turn to, of course, is what I have today, which is Old Faithful braids. Yes, braids. I try not to braid too often though, because you know braids will pull your little hairs here. I forgot what they're called, the baby hairs, and also you'll end up with no edges. So you have to be very careful with the braids. I did find that out, so I don't keep my braids in for a very long time. First of all, I just can't take them in my hair for a very long time. So the most I think the longest I've lasted with braids in my hair was like 6 weeks. I can't do months like some people I know can go for months. Not a good thing. The other reason why it's not good to keep them for so long is one, I don't feel like, even though I wash my braids, I don't feel like my scalp is getting like a good cleansing. So that's one reason. The second reason, I don't like the buildup that builds up under the braids. And third is the hair gets very dry. I don't feel like I can moisturize it properly if I have braids in my hair. So that's why I don't do the braids very often. So what I'll do is, I may put the braids in 4 to 6 weeks, take them out, then go a couple of months without braiding my hair, and then maybe go back to it, or do it in the summer, when it's cold, when it's warm outside, so my hair can breathe. So, but anyway, those are some of the products that I use, like I was mentioning to you. And it has been, like I said, it has been a journey. It has been a journey for me. I've had some good days, and I had some bad days. And I had some in between days where the hair's like, not so bad, but okay, I can deal with it. So, but I do recommend, I'll say I would recommend going natural only because it's better for your hair. I do feel that my hair is much healthier now. I feel that my hair is in a much better state now than it was before when I was using the relaxer. The relaxer really did a lot of damage to my hair, on top of, coloring, doing some dyes in my hair that did not work out very well for me. So I'm glad that I'm on this natural hair journey, but like I said, I still need help. I'm still not where I would like to be as far as, I can get up and just go, or get up and have a go-to as far as being able to do a natural style. But one of the things that I would love is to find a natural hairstylist that won't just blow out my hair, but that would teach me how to keep it healthy and show me some go-to easy natural hairstyles. So if you know of any in the Prince William County area, put it in the comments section, or if you're a hairstylist, I'm looking for you. So come back next month to see what our next topic is going to be. See you then.